Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. So this was a strength workout that had some back squats and some push presses. I was able to able to push up pretty heavy in both of the lifts. It was just a bunch of singles in the back squat and some doubles in the push press. This was actually, I believe the other day I had taken these off a workout. I forget why I did that, if it was from the illness. Like I said, some of these days are kind of running together, but I had the same exact squat workout a couple of days ago that I took off of a workout for whatever reason, and I guess the app had valued these squats as being a priority lift, so it had put them on this day because I believe it actually changed this workout originally, if I remember correctly. But they were originally, I think, 183 kilos, and I just did 184 because obviously, as you can see here, I can just add plates and make 405 in pounds, and it makes it a lot easier to load. But I did most of the singles here at 184, and they were pretty difficult. They weren't impossible, but they were definitely, I think I was giving them all 3 RIRs just because I wanted the weight to stay the same. It was a good challenging weight, and it just happened to be pretty much perfect. I think if I did like 190, I think I would have really started to struggle. So I think like this 184 was good. On these last 2 sets here, I pushed this to 191 just because I didn't want to do all of the sets at the same weight. And then I kind of took a YOLO attempt here at the 200 after doing all those singles. It was difficult, but as you see there, I was able to get it up without too terrible much of a struggle. After that last squat, push presses here, I was able to push up, again, like I said, pretty heavy with these, and they were just doubles. And this first one, you see my elbows drop down, so I tried to make that adjustment on the second set to really kind of, not necessarily even maintain my elbow position, but almost push them up, because that really gets more pop, at least what I've been finding in the push press as well as with the jerk. And I think that's one nice thing about having a lot of push press work, is I can really focus on that upper arm and elbow positioning as I'm dipping down, especially like on here where I did it poorly. And you can see the rep was very difficult because it was pushed forward, because the elbows dipped down a little bit on the dip drive, and then because of the difficulty of that first rep, you see here I just didn't have enough gas, but I was able to come back and really focus on the aggressiveness of the dip as well as that upper arm position. The arm position. I say upper arm like there's multiple parts of the arm, but I'm mostly talking about just the elbows, and that kind of just runs upstream to the upper body in general. You see here I was able to do doubles after missing that first one, and that's because I improved that front rack position and that maintaining of that, and just really utilizing the whip of the bar as much as I could. I believe earlier in the day I watched Coach Mary, either I think Training with Zach Tallender or whatever I forget what it's called, but they're doing some like documentary thing where she's in it as well, and just kind of watching how much whip she's able to get on the bar. Obviously, you know, most of that's just because of the nature of the women's bar, but it is something that you can think about even with the men's bar. Once you start getting, you know, a little bit of weight on the bar, you're able to utilize that a little bit. Obviously at, you know, 111 kilos isn't a ton for a men's bar to be whipping a lot, but it's a good mindset to have, because even if you're not getting a ton of value from the whip, you are still being aggressive in the dip and drive and trying to time the bar right. So even with a little bit of bend or a little bit of the whip of the bar, you're kind of using that timing. So then as the weights get heavier, theoretically you're continuing to utilize that whip more, kind of the Ilya mindset of you're always kind of doing the same thing on the dip and drive, whether it's the push press or a jerk, in order to get the most out of the bar that you can, because if you get more out of the bar, that's just, you know, 3 kilos above your head, which is obviously ideal. But that's it for this workout. Like you saw, pretty simple strength workout with back squats and push presses, but a pretty productive one nevertheless. But I'll talk to you all in the next video, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.